Welcome to our bedroom. Please don't judge. The mess, the what is it? Projector. It's a mess in here, but we're not like make the bed every day people. That's just not a thing that we do. But we're gonna be doing a few things in this room. It's not gonna be anything like too crazy for now. What we're doing for now is we are going to take that sign. We're gonna revamp it a little bit because I just don't like it. I eventually want to get something different there. But for now, we're just going to use that because we have that. We're also going to be changing these things on the side. I got some stuff on sale from Hoblab. So we're going to be switching that out. Eventually, we are going to be switching out like the lamps. It's a little too farmhouse for me these days. So we're going to be changing those up. But I've had a hard time finding ones that are like affordable. I would love to have a USB plug, but whew, prices, I tell you. So we're going to be doing that today. And then changing this up a little bit. So I'm not changing the gallery wall like all together, but I am going to be changing like some of the frames, like painting some of the frames. So like this one, very, very distressed. That was the look I was really like vibing with for a while. Not really vibing with it as much anymore. So I'm just going to be taking some of these down and painting them and just giving them like a new vibe. We're going to start first with the sign. So I'm going to attempt to get that down while I hold you. It should be pretty easy. It's probably very dusty. It's actually really lightweight, luckily. Let's check the dust. Look at that. Not as bad as it could be. I'm doing pretty well. But we are going to revamp this a little bit. So let's work on that. Hopefully the lighting is okay in here. I probably should put on my microphone because the AC is loud. But I'm going to be mixing these colors. This is Evergreen, just an acrylic paint with the Apple Barrel Black. Mostly this. And then just a little drop of this just to deepen it up a little bit. And I know you're thinking, like, that's really dark. I don't know if you're thinking that because I don't even know if you can see that. But it's not dark enough. And, like, when you spread it out, like, when it actually goes on, like, you see how much different, like, that tag is. That looks like almost black, right? Than, like, the bottom of that. So it's more like that. So I'm going to be mixing those just in a cup, and I'm going to be painting all of like this part, the whole shebang. I think because I want to leave the wood border and I want to do the letters black. So I'm going to be painting that. I really don't love like the two-tone look of it. I never really did love like the blue. Like this is, I don't know if it's supposed to be gray, blue, but it looks blue. But I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby like years ago. Like it was like $7, and I was like, love that for me. But we're just going to be sprucing it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and start that process. Let me be 1,000% real with y'all. I knew better. When I was like, yeah, I'm going to paint this, I knew I didn't have enough paint. I knew it. I felt that bottle and I was like, ooh, this bottle feels way too light. It just does. I knew it. But I was like, who wants to run to the store right now? Not me. Like I had this project going on. I had all kinds of projects going on this day. I was tackling way too much for my own good. And like adding like a store run was just not in the cards for me. They like closed the craft store close to us that I usually went to because it was like real like down the street, like 4 minutes away. I knew I didn't have enough paint and I painted this anyway. And you're going to see that I knew better and that I should have thought this through because this was the first cup that I took the green, like literally all of the green that was left in the bottom, y'all. Put a little bit of black in there. And I was like, you know what? This might not be too bad until I realized, oh no, like I'm running out of paint. And then I was like, cool, you know what? That's fine. I have done paint washes before. Let's water this bad boy down. Okay, so I did. I watered the paint down and I knew better. I knew better. It was no better watered down. Like, you're looking at it right now, and you're probably like, ew, that looks gross. It looked 1,000 times percent worse in person. Like, the camera is actually doing a little bit of justice that was not happening to the naked eye when you were standing there looking at it. Like, it is so bad. And I was even messy about it. Like, I was like, well, I'm going to paint the letters black. I'm just going to get green everywhere. I made so much work for myself with this project because I just didn't feel like going to get more paint. Like I should have just left well enough alone. And then I was like, but wait, I can wipe some of this off and I can make this better. It is going to get better. Guys, it got absolutely no better. Like there was no saving this. So I think I have to rethink my plan. I ran out of paint and had to water it down. It looks really bad. So I actually think what I'm going to do is paint the back of this black. Like chalk paint black. And then now, like, I got crazy on the letters because I was like, oh, I'm just going to paint those black anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. Which I think I kind of screwed myself because I think I'm going to have to leave those white. Oh, and then, like, touch up the brown because it wasn't that great when I did it the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I know I just did all of that, but it looks really bad. All right, so it's up. It's a little bit darker than I wanted, but here we are. I'm gonna change those things on the side. Probably make the bed so it looks less tragic in here, and then we will tackle the wall that's behind me after we get this done. I don't often love the price of Hobby Lobby stuff, but if you hit them on like a 50 or 40% off, it's not too bad. This was actually a clearance item, the thing that I'm hanging up. I got 2 of them and they were like 12 bucks a piece, which I thought was a pretty good deal. The candle holder things that you see up there now was like a hand-me-down for my mom. She gave those to us and I was like, sure, that'll work. Like we had nothing there. We needed a little something. But I highly recommend checking Hobby Lobby when they have a sale or clearance. I just wanted to show you like the crazy difference that makes having something bigger. Now, looking at it, I really do wish that I didn't have to paint the back black. I really wish I would have been more patient and I would have gotten a green paint, like gotten more, and I could have done the background green because it looks very dark right now, but that's okay because when we have like the white covers and everything, so hopefully it will be all right. But like just look at the crazy difference, like that little tiny thing compared to this. I love this so much more. I do have to get some candles to put on it, probably from like Amazon or something, but so cute. Alrighty, so here's what we're looking at. It's a lot of black and white. Again, I really wish that I would have been able to do a different color on the background, but it's fine. That's not going to stay there forever. Like I said, I want to get something different. So I need candles, and I think I'm going to get some pillow covers. I have some gray pillows over there, but I just feel like that's more like black and white, you know, like black and white makes gray. And definitely the lamps need to go. Not a fan of the lamps, the shades, all of that, but here's what we have so far. This looks like a final reveal, y'all. Like it's like, look at me revealing the bedroom because I bought the candles and stuff. It's not a final reveal. There's more. There's more. Just stay tuned. Want a hi, Bella? You say hi. Gentle, gentle. You're going to hurt your mouth. I gotta wipe that stuff off your comb. So, the sign. I'm just not vibing with it. You guys are either seeing this in the same video and I just hung it up and I'm saying never mind, or you're seeing it in a later video. And if that is the case, here is a clip possibly of the sign and how it turned out and what it looked like. If it's a new video, go back and watch that one because it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. So all that to say, I picked up some paint samples. What I did was I found the color that we have on the wall in our living room. I'll insert a clip. It is called Retreat. I found that color on the card, and then that was the lightest one. There's a middle and a dark. So I got the middle color on that same card and the dark color on that same card. I think I'm going to try the dark because that's the vibe I was kind of going for anyway. Maybe I'll just test both. But I want to kind of incorporate these two colors in, these two colors in like accents and stuff to kind of go with that green, but it doesn't have to all be that same color, Retreat. And I will link these two colors down below as well as the Retreat color if you're interested. I decided to do just like a finger swatch test. This is the lighter color out of the two. So this is like the medium color that's on the card that comes with Retreat, which is the lighter color, which kind of like blows my mind a little bit because I feel like our wall in the living room looks darker than that one. And this is the darker color. And I did let these dry. So I let the paint dry for like a little bit. I honestly think I'm gonna go with the dark color. The lighting, it's like you can't tell. Let me see if I can go around to the other side. I think I'm gonna go with the darker one because I still think it's gonna pop. I think that lighter one is just a little bit too light for me, even as it's drying. So I'm not gonna make you suffer through me repainting the whole thing, because if we're in the same video, you've already seen it. If you saw the previous video where I did this, you've already seen it. So we're gonna do the dark, and then I will show you what it looks like after it's done and then after it's dry. And then we'll decide if we want to do these letters like black or not, or if we just want to keep them white. All right, so here's what we have. I love this a lot more. I don't know if you can tell. It's looking green to me, but as like I'm filming it. It's still drying, obviously, but I did 2 coats. This is like a satin finish. I think it's satin or eggshell because it's a sample, but I love it so much better. I do have a few spots to touch up on the white where I got a little bit of color on it. I think I am going to leave it white, the love part, but I got a few little touch-up spots that I need to do where I got some green on there, but this is so much better. This is like what I was thinking. So we're looking at this gallery wall situation in the bedroom. And I said in a previous video, maybe it was this video, I don't know. It's either this video or it's a previous video, but either way, I said it. We're going to be changing this up a little bit. So I'm just trying to decide which things like I want to change up. I think I want to get rid of those 2 signs, the one with the E, and then this is our happily ever after, just because I'm not like feeling that vibe necessarily anymore. I might try to like sublimate something cool on that if I can like figure that out. But I want to switch it up a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the E. Oh my goodness. But like change the like color of the outside. And then I think I want to make like this one right there gold. I think I'm going to start with that and maybe do that one over there black, or I have like a different picture frame I can put that one into. But that's where I think I'm going to start. So I don't want to change all of them and then like hate it. So I do like this. Love is the bridge between 2 hearts. I think I'm just going to make this gold. I may pop this out and like paint this background a different color. And then we're going to grab this one down. And then I'm going to take this off, and I think I'm just going to like get rid of this. I don't really need that. And then we're going to take this one down, and we may replace it with a different frame that I have downstairs. And then I clearly need to dust behind there. Look at that. Ew. So I think that's where I'm going to start for right now. This part was really easy. I just popped this out and put this in another frame that I had somewhere else in the house that I did paint that dark green color. And then I am going to paint the E green as well. So this was a pretty easy switch, and it cost me nothing other than the sample. So here's what we have so far. I know it looks like pretty much the same, but I have that really dark frame, and then I have the gold one. So now I'm thinking, do I do another gold? I almost feel like I need to do like this one gold to kind of bring in that. And then do the dark green on that E is kind of what I'm thinking. And then leaving those other 2 greens there to like balance out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this frame down. My only concern is I am almost out of the Rub and Buff color I love so much. So I hope I can squeeze. Oh, look at it. We put painter's tape on the back of our frames clearly to keep them like positioned right. I'm worried that I'm going to run out of the Rub and Buff, but we're going to try it. And then we're going to do that E that was like right there. We're going to do that in the dark green. Here we are, honestly, a few days later, I'm not even going to lie. And I decided instead of buying new lamps, because I just could not find ones that were in the price range, that I was going to paint them. And, well, this ended up being just as tragic as painting the love sign, let me tell you. So I took the lamps, I gave them a nice good clean because they were like real gross, like dusty, nasty, just all kinds of nastiness. It was tragic. And I found this paint when I was at Walmart, just like shopping around. We were grabbing some groceries. So I found this gold, I believe it's Folk Art. I'm going to show you here in a second. This gold paint, and it's a metallic, like warm bronze or warm gold, I think it's called. I was so excited about this. I was like, oh, okay. Like it was like $8, $9, I think, for this like big container. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Because I cannot find the Rub and Buff that I like except for on Amazon. And you get such a tiny tube. Like it's smaller than like a travel toothpaste, like size tube. The minute I started, I regretted it. Like it was the love sign, like I said, all over again. This paint goes on so awful. And I shook this bottle to death. Like I was over here like this bottle was like a maraca, or is that a maraca? The things you shake like when you're in school and they give you like the little eggs with stuff in it, whatever. No, no amount of shaking, no amount of nothing helped. I even busted out a sponge. I took one of my cleaning sponges and cut little pieces and was like, yeah, like no, it was awful. I do not recommend this paint. I think this paint is absolutely terrible. I don't know if it was the texture of the lamp, the material of the lamp, or what. I have the paint now because I already bought it. So like I might try to use it on a different project, but honestly, like I just want to trash it. Like it honestly was so bad. So I do not recommend. I will link the rub and buff that I love in the description box. I did try to wipe some of that paint off. This is when I decided to spray paint. So I wrapped all of the important parts. I put the cords in baggies, so I had to use less painter's tape. And I ran to Menards and I got this paint because the last gold paint, if you saw in a previous video, or maybe it's a video coming up, I don't even know anymore. I didn't like it. This paint, it wasn't great either. I just don't use metallic paint very often. It doesn't have the same coverage as like a flat like black or a flat gray or a flat white. Like it took so many coats of this, but I got the look. Here's what we're looking like after 2 coats. This one is looking a little rough. This is the one that I had already put the paint on. But this one is for my side, so I guess you won't really see it because you walk in on the opposite side. This one will be on that side. This one's definitely looking better. I really like the color, but it is taking, I feel like, a lot of spray paint, and I only bought 1 can. So hopefully that will be enough. I guess this is just the nature of metallic spray paint. I don't use metallic spray paint often. If you're not new here, you have rarely seen me use metallic spray paint, like ever. So I guess this just is nature of it, but I am doing a little bit of a heat gun in between just so I can get these coats on and then really let it like sit and dry and cure. I waited a few hours and then I went ahead and brought these back into the bedroom because we needed our lamps back and all of our cords and stuff plugged in so that we could go to sleep and charge our watches and phones and all of that. And I have to say, it took a while. It took a lot of like heat gun in between, I think like 5 coats, but I'm happy with it. I grabbed these lampshades from Walmart. I think they were like $6 or $7 each. I'm not 100% sure, but I loved the vibe so much better than what was there. I am going to be changing out my pillow covers. I'm keeping these gray ones just in case I want them like in another room, but I did purchase some pillow covers from Amazon, a 2-pack. I will have to check and see how much I spent on those. They were a little bit brighter green than I was like bargaining for. Like, from a distance, it looks like fine, but when I first opened it, I was like, ooh, that kind of looks like bluish green. Like I don't know if I like love it, but once everything was like all said and done and like put together and everything, I ended up really liking them. And I love the texture of these. These are the same pillow covers that I bought in black for our couch. If you haven't seen that video, if I've posted it, I will link it down below. I'm pretty sure I've posted it already, so I will have it linked. We did some other vibes in there too. And here we have it. Here we have the final reveal. Like I said, it's nothing like super intense. It did not cost me a lot. Just like the paint, the pillow covers, the lampshades, and really like just my time and these things from Hobby Lobby. A lot of my time, but I just think it looks so much better. We didn't do anything like crazy. We didn't like go painting walls or, like redoing furniture or like buying new furniture. Just these little changes that we made really made the room so much better. So this is just proof that you can absolutely do a room refresh on a budget. You do not need to have a ton of money, and you can use a lot of things that you already have, which I did in this video and this room refresh, and I am in love with how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Make sure you check out the video and the playlist on the screen. And as always, smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.